It has finally arrived, and after a couple days of using it, not that impressed. Let's find out. Given the trends of the iPad and seeing how it has evolved, we can see that the shape of iPad is not going to change, and that's basically with any tablet. It's supposed to be a monitor that does everything right there and then. That is what's called a tablet. And a monitor is not going to change its shape beside being a flat screen. The only thing that we can expect from Apple to do in future releases is to make the iPad a little bit more slim than what it is right now. And when the iPad 2020 was announced, originally I thought it's gonna be a big show, it's gonna be a press conference, but no, it was just a surprise to everyone else. And this did not make any new improvements that is worthwhile changing, and here's why. First thing first, the actual body of the iPad, it has been turned down by a couple other YouTubers, which I'm gonna link down below. And as soon as they went inside, they saw that the body chassis of the iPad is the same. It's the same as the old generation model. It's the same as the 2018 model. And what they did is that they just punched a hole in here for the new camera place for it. And the only other thing that they did is a little bit of adjustment for the battery so it can cool easier. But I never personally had any problem with my iPad overheating. The things that I really wanted to see in this iPad, I understand that the iPad factor is not gonna change, but I really wanted to see the camera actually move in the middle. I wanted to see a little slimmer. Other than that, there's not much else that should have been done to it, but a lot of small things hasn't been changed. But don't forget that this has replaced my computer for a long time, and I've been taking this to school from, it's been years that I've been replacing my computer for my tablet, and since the previous update on the new iOS, it has completely changed what tablet looked for me personally. You can't see any changes if two people hold their iPads side by side, and not unless you turn it around and then you see the camera housing. Now, is the camera actually worth the upgrade? Now, a lot of people say that the scanner right here makes the change, but to be honest, there's not many apps that takes advantage of this scanner unless you're doing precise measurement. And if you're doing precise measurement, that means you're in the business, and I don't think you're gonna hold your tablet to make those measurements. If you're buying things from IKEA, that makes it a little bit easier to just picture the stuff in your house, but other than that, there is not much to do with it. There are some games out there that take advantage of this new camera module system out there, and I have tried playing those games, and when I tell you they're really ridiculous and there is not much to do with them, I'm being honest. Now, in terms of other aspects of it, it might work with selfies and emojis, but unfortunately the IR scanner, it's on the back and you can't really access it. Now, when I got this, the reason that I got the newer model was that my previous iPad only had the capacity of 250 gigabytes, and I filled it up. For some reason, I have so many pictures over the past couple of years, and they just fill up my storage. And I really don't want to put them on a cloud, because when I want to see memories, I have to wait for them to download, and sometimes they don't download as fast as I want, or whenever there is bad connection, forget about it. So I thought I'd go with the 512 gigabyte. I did not want to go to a terabyte model because that's too much pricey. Another reason that I changed it was because of I had only Wi-Fi capability on my previous generation iPad, and after using this as my main computer, I found out that it's a little bit hassle to get connection, since all my stuff is in the cloud and I want to access them right there and then. Not everywhere had Wi-Fi access, and if they did, it was a little sketchy, so I didn't trust them. So having the cellular version, I'm happy with my choices, because now I get more storage and I get cell connectivity. Inside of the package, the iPad's housing looked the same. Like I mentioned, nothing has changed with this iPad. We got the Verizon contract that we got. We have a little covering for it, designed by Apple in California. We have the charger and the adapter for it, and that's pretty much it. I'm not surprised with the new iPad, and that's because not a lot of things has changed with it. Like I mentioned, even the speed doesn't seem to be changed from the previous first generation iPad that I held in my hand. I remember the speed not giving me any problems. And yes, you might say that back then the apps weren't as complicated as now, and if I right now use a first generation iPad, I would understand and I would see the difference with it. But Apple did a little bit of too much going around about their screen and being so much better and have a better processor, have a better RAM. But I use my 2018 model, and in some cases it was faster than the 2020 model. There was a test done by a couple other YouTubers, which I'm gonna link down below, that they went inside and they did the actual test with the speed, and 2018 model actually beat the 2020 model in terms of some aspects of running those tests, and that's because of these scanners and all the other things that they have added. It requires more RAM and more processor. But should you really update and upgrade to a newer model? Well, if your situation is like mine and you're wanting a better storage, you wanting a better Wi-Fi connectivity, and you want actual cell connectivity, I might say go ahead and go for it. Other than that, not much has changed. Go with the 2018 model. You'll save so much more money, and nobody would know it's different. It just looks the same. But I'm happy with it. It's a little bit more heavier. It's a little bit more awkward to have it. And to be honest, I wish it didn't have the camera module in the back, because I can't set it flat. I'm not gonna take pictures with this, and I don't think a lot of people would take pictures with this. I wish that instead of putting this camera in the back of it, they would improve the front-facing camera. When especially during this time, I zoom a lot and I go to classes online, and the camera on my iPad is horrible, the front-facing camera. So I wish they would have put a more emphasis on actually upgrading the front-facing camera. I wish they would have put the camera on the center so it doesn't look awkward when I look at my screen. I wish they would have made it a little bit smaller. They didn't. And I wish they would have come up with different colors. I really wanted to see that midnight green or blue, or I don't know, some crazy colors on it. You know, Apple, they always come up with these crazy colors. But other than that, it's a great tablet, and nothing can compete with Apple. And I'm not saying this is a bad tablet. I'm just saying it wasn't that exciting, and I see why Apple didn't make a big fuss about it. Now, a lot of people rumor out that on September we will see a new iPad, but with the stuff that is going on right now, I don't think that's gonna happen. We don't see Apple releasing crazy amount of iPads throughout the year, and I don't think that's gonna happen. Maybe in a year we'll see a newer version of the iPad, maybe in 2 years, but even then, the things that might have changed with the iPad, I think it's only gonna be the front-facing camera improvement, and that's about it. In terms of protection, I really haven't found a case that is really well suited for my iPad. I usually don't put a case on it. I'm waiting for the new Magic Keyboard that they have. It's beautiful, that makes your iPad float, to come out, so I can get that one and try it out. That doesn't come out for a couple of weeks from now on, but I'm excited to get it. In terms of screen protector, I have Paper-like in here, and this is amazing. I love Paper-like. I had so many of their different variation for my past iPads, and I always go back to them. This screen that I have here is from a previous iPad that I ordered, and it has a little bit of bubbles, it has a little bit of problem in it, and that's because it's been in storage for a long time. But I ordered a new one. I'm gonna install it as soon as it gets here. It's not gonna come here anytime soon because I just got an email from Paper-like that why is it one on camera, that because of the things that has happened, the shipment is delayed. Other than that, let me know, what do you think of the new iPad? Do you think it's worth spending all those money, or do you think you should wait? I personally think if you don't have any actual factors to buy the new iPad, go on eBay, go on Amazon, and find the previous generation at a discounted price, because they all look the same, they all feel the same. Sometimes the 2018 model is faster, and iPad is not something that you would change every year like your phone. So get a cheaper one, get the previous generation one until the new redesign of the iPad comes out, because the only thing that you want to happen right now is to get this model, and come to find out in September a newer, better version of an iPad has been released. If you can wait, wait. If not, make your decision. What do you want to do? For me, it was worth the change. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.